Hello, I'm Parker Brennon. I am the writer-director of a new queer horror anthology called Hauntology. I brought out today a painting that is featured in the film. It was created by Nay Beaver, who is a very talented Los Angeles-based artist. And I'm here today to answer some horror-related questions. The first question is, what was my first horror movie? The earliest horror movie I remember seeing was The Sixth Sense, and that came out in 1999. It scared me so bad as a kid. I remember there's a scene where the little boy who sees ghosts goes up a spiral staircase, and at the top there's this little attic door with some kind of horrible entity inside, and some little kids from the party come up and push the boy into that little attic door. It scared me so bad, it's burned into my brain. The next question is, what are my top 5 favorite horror movies? Okay, so I brought out my number 1. This is Carnival of Souls from 1962, and it inspires me so much because it is beautifully made. It was made on such a low budget. It's a really scrappy production. It's not a perfect movie, but seeing the amount of artistry that can come out of a scrappy production like that, and the performance from Candice Hilligoss, I don't even know if I could ever reach the heights that this movie does in my own filmmaking career, but I'm always going to dream of making something this special. Next up, I have Let's Scare Jessica to Death from 1971. Like Carnival of Souls, this film just has an exquisite horror atmosphere. It's got great sound design and a really memorable performance from Zora Lampert, who's the lead. I may have seen this film more times than any other horror movie in my collection. Next up, I have a bit of an oddball choice, but Silent Hill from 2006. This video game franchise means so much to me. I played the second and third game a lot when I was younger, and this film really did a great job of bringing the world of these games to life. I was so impressed, and I enjoy this one every time I watch it. Next up, The Descent. I love stories about women characters, and I also love what I call adventure horror. Movies like As Above, So Below, or even Deep Rising. And last, but certainly not least, this Suspiria Blu-ray. I show this to every director of photography and colorist I work with if I get a chance. I didn't realize how stylized a movie could be until this film. The lighting can sort of help tell the story, and it doesn't have to be completely rooted in reality. It can just be, you can make lighting choices for the feeling of it instead of being motivated by an actual light source. And this particular Blu-ray is so beautifully restored. The color is out of this world. Next question, who are some current filmmakers that I love? So I have a few tried and true kind of filmmakers, some all-timers like David Lynch and Stanley Kubrick. I could watch any of their movies and feel inspired. There are also some filmmakers who I've realized in more recent years are really special to me. These would include Ty West, Anna Biller, Axel Carolyn, Oz Perkins. These are all people who I think are at a really high level of artistry, and I would just watch anything that they make. So who are filmmakers who have influenced me the most? I'm gonna say, again, Anna Biller. She works so hard on her films. She spends years working on them. doing costumes, production design, writing. She'll compose music. She'll just more things than I could competently do. But just the way that she has this singular vision, she realizes it so exquisitely, and she does so much of the work herself. It's really inspiring. I'll also add John Carpenter to filmmakers who have influenced me. I've definitely gone back to Halloween over and over again to look at the way the shots are composed and the way the camera moves in that film. He has a way of making really simple melodies that just become iconic. That's a special gift. I love The Fog. I love Assault on Precinct 13. He just has so many good movies. The Thing, like, are you... and of course, Nancy Loomis, who appears in a lot of these great John Carpenter films, is in Hauntology. So she is a dream to work with. So kind, so smart, just clever and interesting. And she has this really calm, collected disposition about her, probably from a lot of years of practicing yoga. But I just adore her. Last question. What is my upcoming project? So, Hauntology is a queer horror road trip movie. It is an anthology, and yes, I wore my Creepshow shirt because I thought about that film a lot while I was writing Hauntology. I also thought a lot about the movie Trick or Treat, which just does a beautiful job of connecting all the segments of the anthology. That was something I really wanted to do with my own film. And Hauntology is going to have its world premiere at Dances with Films on June 29th. That's in Los Angeles, and I'll be there. We also expect to release the film online in late September, so keep an eye out for Hauntology. And to wrap up, thank you, B and Brett, for inviting me to be part of the Horrorville newsletter. I adore the horror genre, and it's always an honor for me to talk about it. See you next time.